Hello, and welcome to Always with Awareness. My name is Awa Ladmel.
And I'm Douglas Lodmell. And today, we're going to talk about Mother's Day.
Haha.
Yeah.
I love that Mother's Day.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're a mother.
Yes,
I have a mother.
that's right.
I made a mother with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made you a mother.
Everybody can celebrate at least one celebration that we all feel like we all concerned because we all have a mother,
Yeah.
right?
We
And
do.
so is for Father's Day.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked last week, actually, about responsibility and trust, and it kind of ended up with some conversation around mothers.
Yes.
Which actually, of all the shorts out there, those two that you commented about mothers are the most viral. They've gotten 10 times the views of everything else. So I think people like mothers. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, and yet we still have a lot of us that have problem with our mothers.
Well, I think that's the other thing is that we like mothers, we love mothers,
Yeah.
and yet we have a lot of mother issues, right?
That's right. Well, it goes with love sometimes, Sometimes mothers give tough love and it could be hard for the child. And sometimes also childs can be very hard to raise for mothers and that can be very tough for the family. But yes, we had some comments about that. And
Yeah.
this is what I know about mothers. I'm going to share my mother. How about that?
Okay, great.
Right?
Yeah.
So I left home at age 17. In the first 10 years, I did not see my mother. So when I came back home, I was 27. And I remember my mom inviting me to her house for lunch because when I go to Africa, I most of the time stay with my sisters that were already in their homes and married. So I came, she called me and said, "Oh my God, where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, Mom, I'm so tired. I'm just about to nap." "Oh, no, don't nap. Come. I cooked you today your favorite food." So I grabbed the cab and come home. And you've been there. You know how at my mom's house is always, lunchtime is full of people. We are 20, 25 every day. This is how I grew up. So I arrived and I hear my mom telling the maid, "Oh, can you just crack 2 eggs for Awa?" And I'm like, "What? You called me and you said you cooked my food, my favorite food." And she said, "Oh, sorry, honey. Right before you come, so-and-so came and I gave you a lunch." Now, step back. This is, this is the Senegalese that left and 10 years later thought she was Americanized, right? That she now has an opinion and have something to say or something to teach to her mother. And I don't remember what I said exactly, but this is what I got. She looked at me and said, "You just think that because I am your mother, that you are special. Awa, get back to life. Whoever I give your food to is because they needed it to. It's okay. I'll cook you something else another time. But I just want you to know, as much as I am your mother, I am that mother to all these people." And back then, I didn't know what she meant. And I'm like, whatever. You just messed up, woman. And she gave me a gift because she said, "May you meet all your mothers and all your sisters."
Yeah.
And when I share that, each time I share that, I get emotional because she was right. She taught me that being a mother was more than just bringing you here. I had met in my life women that loved me as I was their own kid. And each time that happened, it was as my mom was just giving me a sign from heaven. Because she's no longer with me physically, but she had allowed me to open myself to this love that we call a mother love. And I want to share that because I know a lot of you have tough time with your mothers. But mother's love goes beyond the physical. It is an opportunity. It is an opportunity for us women to open up ourselves to this energy that we are, this nurturing energy that we are. And I know some of you had mom that couldn't be nurturing the way you were expecting it to. But to those people, I ask, please, your responsibility as a child is totally different than the responsibility as a mother, but it's not less important.
Yeah. So, mothers are, I think, unique in the parenting relationship.
Yes.
I'm a father. Mm-hmm. We have kids together. Mm-hmm. But the difference for me is that the baby was not inside me for 9 months.
Yes.
I made a deposit, and you had to actually.
I hope more than a deposit, Daddy.
Well, I made a deposit on a future
right.
obligation, right? This is the ultimate buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
So, but there is a difference.
Yes.
And I mean, as much as I love my kids and I feel connected to them, I think it's different for a mother. I think because of that connection, we talk about this a lot. We bring it up a lot. Men are simpler. Even if we look at the most important chemical in our body when it comes to how we feel, which is hormones, mm-hmm. Men have one hormone that they have to deal with, testosterone. Women also have testosterone, but they have two others on top of it, estrogen and progesterone. And those have to all combine just right to feel a certain way. So for us, if we have a good dose of testosterone, we feel good. When you guys have a good dose of testosterone, and you don't have the rest mixed up, you're like, oh my God, you guys have to live like this? This is not good.
And and that talks about just 10% of who we are, which is our chemical.
That's right, and we're not even touching on the depth of it, right?
But the depth of being a mother, I don't know. And again, you have to be a mother to know it, mm-hmm. right? And I'm sure it's the same for fathers. I don't want to leave the man behind, and mostly the men that really take the role of a mother for their kids.
Yeah.
Right? There's something to be said about that, because some people don't know their mom and just were raised by their dad, who become their mothers. But just to say, it is more than just a physical bond. Mm-hmm. It is a visceral, existential, because this is part of you. And forever, and like you said, we shared that earlier, forever, you will be grateful to know what is it to be a mom. And I'm sorry if not all of us feel that way. And if we don't, may we be touched with other women that feel that way. Yeah. And to know that it doesn't stop with your mom. Because if we expand it to be a force that just any woman, I always say, any woman that is old enough to be my mother is loved and respected as such. And what that does for me is that I feel like my mom is always with me. Mm.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, certainly the universe is giving us lots of opportunities
Absolutely.
To experience that relationship
yes.
with not just our biological parents.
That's right.
I mean, I was lucky enough to have a stepfather mm-hmm. who was raised me as much as my father. In fact, yes. in many ways more than my father. Yes. Was with me more because I lived with him during formative years of my life. Mm-hmm. And he's actually the only one of my parents still left is my stepfather.
Right. That's right.
And he's absolutely a father to me.
Yes.
And there's other fathers in my life, and there's other mothers in my life mm-hmm. from my own mother. And mm-hmm. so what your mother taught you about there will be other mothers that come into your life, other fathers that come into your life, it's so true. And when I open up to seeing that as true, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It just brought more into my life, more joy, more capacity, more love, more mentorship, more growth.
Absolutely.
And I think Mother's Day
Yes.
today or this weekend
Yes.
is really just, for me, an opportunity to acknowledge and respect the whole concept of mothering, the whole concept of being cared for and loved and supported. And I know that mothers often have very strained relationships with kids.
Yes.
We can see from the comments from the last video we did where we made some comments about mothers, it's about right down the middle of,
I know.
almost like, yeah, you all don't know my mother and she can just, take care of herself. She's in her toxic phase.
Yes.
And the other side is, oh my God, so true. My mother is my rock. And so, it's a polarizing thing. I think it's so polarizing precisely because of the strength and the role that a mother plays.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it wouldn't be polarizing if it weren't important.
No, like I said, it is very, it's deep within us, this relationship of with the woman who brought us here and our expectations from that person. We see them as women that should just know better and perfect. And I'm saying, nobody came here with the book of how to mother at all, right? But if you think you know better, and if you think you expect better, and if you think you can give more, just do it. Like I said before, responsibility of being a kid is as important as responsibility of being a mother. Because tomorrow, you'll be that parent to that kid. Maybe this mother is here to help you experience what is it to raise a person that you don't understand, and yet you love them so much. So for this weekend, this Mother's Day weekend, if we as mothers could just, daughters, brothers, sons, expand ourselves to see that more than the physical, to know that it is not only an opportunity, a source of growth that is so important that you yourself don't want to miss out on that. So for today, if it's not your mother, if you just have anybody, like I said, old enough to be your mother, go hug them. Wish them a very happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. And I would like to say to the mothers out there, really, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, because I think that it's incredibly challenging to be a mother, especially to a boy sometimes. I'm sure to a girl too, but as boys grow up and strap on their swords and want to go out into the world and, conquer the world, sometimes they push their mothers away. And I'm not your baby anymore. I'm not that little boy. I'm big,
I know.
But the reality is that we all need our mother. We all need that energy of our mother. I miss my mother. I'm thankful for the women in my life who have played that role and continue to play that role, including my wife, who brings mother energy into our home because she is a mother. In fact, I call you mommy. That's my name for my wife at home. Where's mommy?
Where's
Talking
mommy?
to the kids.
Right. Where's daddy?
So, the energy of the mother is beautiful. Our cats and our dogs certainly know you're the mommy.
Right? Yeah, they love to play.
Oh my gosh. So I just want to say thank you and have a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and all the children and
Absolutely.
everyone else out there.
Thank you. This was great, Daddy.
Yeah, this was good. So thank you for joining us for Always with Awareness on this special Mother's Day edition. Please comment, please share, please subscribe. As I said before in one of the episodes, subscribing is a system. It allows us to get more access and do more for you, the listener. So please take the effort, push the subscribe button, push the thumbs up, and we really appreciate you being here.
And happy Mother's Day to every one of you. Thank you.
All
Happy
right.
Mother's Day, Daddy.
Thanks. Happy Mother's Day.